Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakal Kadash, giving double honor to the Apostle Elders Great Millstone, peace and blessings to Brush pushing his truth and sincerity, and Kwam Yasharala. All right, and I just wanted to, just hop right into the video with a few words. I was watching the movie Civil War, Silver, Civil, if I'm saying it the right way, Civil War. And it basically was going into like America was having a civil war, right? And basically it was the country versus the country. It was no outside invader. It was states like California, Florida, and Texas. They teamed up. You had I think the Carolinas they was trying to get the Carolinas. And in the movie, it's just a country versus the country. It's an inward problem, right? And basically, the Western Union, as they would call them, which would be the rebel group to America, ended up winning. But when you watch the movie, if we watch from a spiritual aspect, it seemed very realistic, because you had while you had wars being fought on the front line, you had people just randomly fighting throughout the country, though. And of course you had like little safe havens or whatever, but in that movie it was people. He said what type of American are you? And the question is, depending on your answer, that's they let you live or not. And realistically, it looked like he was an Edomite. He wasn't gonna let nobody live anyways, but that's what it's gonna be. People they about to start fighting over each other, over their political ideas, over their spiritual, over their religions. All right, and that's just a part of Babylon's downfall. You got another thing going on right now is you got the financial crisis, right? People are complaining 24/7 about how things are way more pricey. You got a bunch of memes and jokes that come out 24/7 about how things were 10, 15 years ago, right? How they'll make a TikTok about how we used to have 2-bedroom apartments for $500. I never did, but they really pushing that, right? But yeah, this place, like as you see on the screen, this place is pretty much done with. Oh, let's not forget the mirth. You do certain things now, and that shit just ass. Ask a person in the world how they feel about the holiday spirit. They not in it. They haven't been in it for the past 2-3 years, I'll say. Like, I've been seeing less and less lights. Whether they can't afford it or the spirit of folly just not on them, this place is dying. It's rotten. All right. This is Isaiah 24:10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, but no man may come in. All right, so the thing about this, the city of confusion, what is the word Babel mean? It means confusion. Babylon means confusion, right? So the city of confusion, this is another term you could say for Babylon. Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, all right, which is known as the United States, all right. And let's not forget that no man may come in, because this place gonna be shut up. It's gonna be boarded up. Downtown gonna look like your worst projects, no matter where you at. It's gonna look like a fucking waste. It's gonna look like a Section 8 apartment with the tents and all of that type of stuff. Buildings burning, nobody doing nothing. Verse 11, there is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. It said there is a crying for wine in the streets, meaning, well, right there, that word, the word wine is actually it represents this truth. All right. So people gonna be looking for this truth, wondering, well, where is it? Where is it? It was just right here on Euclid. It was just right here. They was just teaching downtown. Like, they're gonna be looking for the answers to why everything going on. But in a literal sense, it's gonna be a crying for wine too. People like to get drunk when they during hard times. It ain't gonna be, like I said, ain't gonna really be no factories just pumping out wine like that, if any. You know, you're going to have safe havens during the sea hip. But wine is going to be like gold in that day. It say all the joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Ain't going to be no Christmas in Jacob's Trouble. Ain't going to be no Black Friday. Ain't going to be no sale. You know what they going to sell? They going to sell each other. It's going to be all hell breaking loose. And we even in that time now, really, that pregame, because you can even go out. People, like I said, the club has always been a stronghold in J community, whether it was off or it wasn't. You know, this particular time with the club wasn't necessarily a sex pool, you know, but 100 years ago. But even now, you could talk to people, they like, man, the club scene dead. It ain't nothing but everybody trying to be the main character. That's what they say. That's what it's. Everybody in there trying to be too cool. Now nobody dance because the mirth of the land is gone. You watch sports, that shit don't hit the same. The mirth of the land is gone. In verse 12, in the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. Meaning from the very beginning, when you go to Zephaniah 1 and 9, talk about them fish gates being destroyed. You know, those ports, that's how it's going to be. You know, your southern border going to be in scrambles. Your western border going to be shit. Your east coast going to be shit. And the north, oh, man, that's going to be a fucking wasteland. Canada going to be building a wall for American citizens. All right. Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So that's another way this place gonna be falling. All of the allies now, your Israel, your it's basically NATO, right? The European Union, all the allies of America, they gonna hate her, and they say burn her flesh because they gonna shoot missiles on this place. At the end of it all, they're gonna shoot missiles on this place and say, you know what, to hell with the United States of America. That's what they gonna say. They gonna be saying a Bible ball shit and DTA and all that type of stuff. But you know, it's a process. Like I said, it ain't gonna happen tomorrow, literally, but you're gonna see over time American allies slowly switch and flip sides. Like, man, no, I'm not. You know, what you got to offer me, basically. And they gonna realize they've been being oppressed and they've been losing their heritage and been coming under the American way, and they gonna realize it's all death, and they gonna flip sides and shoot missiles on her. Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments roll in blood. But this shall be with burning and a fuel of fire. All right. So you can't be thinking that World War III about to be no hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, we're going to have little proxy wars, and, you know, you're going to have troops down on the ground. But for the most part, this war is going to be fought with missiles. And you even see that now with the Ukraine and Russian war. They more so shooting, they using drones, they shooting smaller missiles back and forth, or aerial attacks. It's not really too many troops. That's like, you when you watch the videos of their war, yeah, you, like I said, you got troops on the ground shooting at each other, but it's mostly high intense artillery, right? So that's an example, but it's gonna heat up to the point where it's gonna be straight intercontinental ballistic missiles. You're gonna hear boom, boom throughout the night. They gonna be hitting, and the end all be all, it's gonna be them 200 million warheads that hit this place. So this battle ain't gonna really be no sword, hand-to-hand combat. It's gonna be heavy artillery, and it's gonna be intercontinental ballistic missiles. That's that burning the fuel of fire. Isaiah 24 and 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgressions thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. So Babylon the Great, man, it's gotta. You ever been hit so hard you walking around like you drunk? You ever seen a nigga get knocked out on his feet? That's what's about to happen to Babylon. Have you ever seen a literal drunk person? They so fucking drunk, can't stand up straight. That's how the ground gonna shake when the missiles hit this place. You know, you're gonna be standing still. You're gonna be looking like, man, what's going on? Why I look dizzy right now? Because the ground shaking so hard. And let's not forget to say, it shall fall and not rise again. So this ain't the book of Elijah, not Elijah, the book of Eli, where they start rebuilding at the end. No, America's going to get wiped off, and that's going to be the end all be all. Revelation 18:2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitations of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Hey, man, when Babylon fall, that's the angel saying that Babylon is falling. It's falling, meaning it's over with for it. It's just not gonna be. You're not gonna look on the news and see America is starting to rebuild. No. You're gonna be watching an Independence Day movie, and you're gonna look outside your window and be like, damn, that look like the movie. That's what it's gonna look like when this place get destroyed. And let's not forget at the end, it said this is where all like lizards, vultures, birds, all scavenger type animals with hateful spirits, they gonna dwell here. That's the only thing that's gonna be able to survive here. Revelations 18:21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. So the comparison he made was that stone in this country, the United States. And when he took the stone and threw it in the water, well, it sunk. That stone is probably still there, if not eroded and turned into sand. Right? Because that's what's going to happen to America. It's going to be hit. It's going to be turned into sand. This place is going to be a desert, matter of fact. It says it shall be found no more. Ain't going to be no more founding fathers of America and all of that type of stuff. It's going to be history. It's going to have very little history about this place. It ain't going to be no ancient relics. And no, this place going to get wiped out. This is Revelation 18:10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, the great city Babylon, the mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Hey, in Babylon, that don't mean an hour later. That mean in 1 hour, this place going to be destroyed. Of course, it's a process of it being destroyed, but once your house shot crack them clouds, you got 60 minutes. And the shot clock is going down. What is it? Is it 6,000 or 3,000 square miles of America, United States? And it's going to take 1 hour to wipe all that out. All right, but I hope that was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Kadash, giving double honor to the apostle, others, great millstone, peace and blessings to much pushing his truth and sincerity, and Kwam Yasharala.